So last year, California's annual state fair became the first in the U.S. to give legal cannabis cultivators an opportunity to show up and prove that their work was the best. At 2023's inaugural California State Fair Cannabis Awards, winners took home silver, gold, and golden bear trophies, as well as bragging rights for a whole year. And they could tell everybody back home that their shit was better than the other 250 plus participants. 2024 marks the California State Fair's 170th anniversary, and on July 12th, as the fairgrounds once again open up to the public, attendees may notice that the smell of weed, it ain't going away once you leave that parking lot no more. That's right, because this year, as an expansion to last year's cultivator competition, for the first time in World State Fair history, the California State Fair will also be allowing on-site sales and public consumption. Oh yeah, according to the LA Times, Adam Shorn, for the first time in 170-year history of the California State Fair, visitors 21 and older will be able to legally purchase and consume cannabis on-site. Per the article, fair planners on Tuesday announced the decision to allow visitors to buy and use cannabis at the 17-day event beginning the 12th of July, touting it as a watershed moment in the relationship between weed and the U.S. It's real words here. Where about half of Americans now live in states where marijuana is legalized. Laura Carpenter, co-founder of dispensary chain Embark, said that hosting cannabis sales and consumption is a groundbreaking milestone in destigmatization by facilitating a deeper connection between consumers and the farmers who cultivate their products with such care. Embark will be handling on-site dispensary duties at the fair this year. The exhibit and competition's executive producer, James Leitz, said last year's cultivator contest that focused on flower has added product categories to highlight and recognize pre-rolls, concentrates, cartridges, edibles, beverages, and wellness products, among other new components. Per the article, the expanded contest had drawn more than 500 entries, which was double the amount sent in for 2023. Leitz said he hoped that the competition would provide patrons the opportunity to directly engage with and consume winning brands, and eventually transform public understanding of the plant. Tom Martinez, the State Fair's chief executive officer, echoed Leitz, adding that the expanded offerings to include on-site sales and consumption in a designated area, asterisk there, have you like in a little booth, provide a platform to amplify California's rich agricultural bounty and facilitate storytelling for farmers from diverse backgrounds and experiences. Well, folks, got to be honest. Sounds like Emerald Cup has a little competition here. They talking big shit. But I've never been a big state, county, or local fair person. So maybe I'm the wrong guy to either recommend this thing or not. Maybe some of y'all are. Will the inclusion of on-site consumption and sales at this year's California State Fair be enough to get your stoner ass off the couch and up the road to Sacramento next month or no? I want to know. My name is Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for High at 9 News. Y'all going or no?
Rico, the number one question for this, Rico, is are they going to have deep fried gummies at this fair?
Oh, dude.
A stick.
THCA.
Yeah, exactly.
And Delta 8, deep fried Delta 8 gummies.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Exactly.
I'm only
Infused corn dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Infused corn dogs
with
yep.
Gavin Newsom taking pictures on the glizzy.
A funnel
corn
cake?
dog. Okay, you keep that thing in your carny cart. Okay, young man.
Yeah,
THC glizzy.
I think you're right, Jenny. I think you are right. It would be great if Gavin Newsom sponsored the funnel cake booth.
That would be nice.
Oh my God.
Can we do a dunking booth? Can we dunk Gavin Newsom distillate?
No, because of his hair. They won't allow that.
That'll get a whole new
wasted distillate.
Funnel cake.
So as somebody who is judging for the California State Fair, I would
judge.
He said you ain't shit with your Emerald Cup bullshit, Jason.
I mean, Yarrow's a hardware judge for the Emerald Cup, so it's okay.
You say that every time. It just shows how deeply you're hurt by my assent. And there's room for more than one funny short Jewish guy. And even with your looks maxing, I'm still pretty good on this on film here. So like let's just say this about the State Fair.
We need to get a pedestal though for your chair.
Between the Emerald Cup and the State Fair, because the Emerald Cup has a 2-decade legacy roots CV and a history of innovation that the State Fair could not and would not be doing what it's doing now without the path that was paved by the Emerald Cup. And the judging process is different. And I judged cartridges for both of these events, not hardware, Jason, but the oil inside.
That is a hardware judge. Vape judges are hardware judges.
No, cannabis products are flour. I want to just kind of get you up to speed on that.
So how do you determine? How do you determine what exactly is the best hot dog water? Go.
I mean, so it's not all distillate, but it does. Jason makes a good point about the hardware. You want to have the proper ohms and the proper equipment so that you're getting the best expression out of whatever oil. Hopefully, it's not distillate. Please don't
hardware
do distillate.
judge.
It is hardware. It is hardware, but it's also products. I mean, like just in the fact that judging solventless was judging technique as much as it was cultivar selection, right? So I think that there's an argument to be made for both sides.
Cute.
Yeah, and it's arguably more complex because you don't get to interact with the flower, you don't get to break it open, you don't have that same organoleptic experience that you get when you get to put your head in a bag and really experience exactly what this was when it came off the stalk. And so the hardware, as my cohort has pointed out, the temperature settings, all of that stuff comes into play. Someday, Jason, maybe I'll take you aside and I'll teach you about the judging of what's inside the hardware. But here's what I wanted to say about the State Fair, all condescending snideness aside. The judging for the State Fair the first couple of years did not include any human interaction and was just laboratory testing. This is the first year that they actually have human judges. The Emerald Cup has a 20-year head start on anything and anybody.
Shout out to humans.
In terms of really, really holding a high bar for how that judging process works with them. You know that, Jason, more than anybody else. The lift and the requirement and the commitment that it takes on the part of the judges to be fair and impartial and meet weekly and go through all of that. The Emerald Cup set a very high bar, and but for that and the road that they paved, there wouldn't be things like what the State Fair is getting to do this year. What was very interesting to me was that I judged cartridges for both events, and I assumed that there was going to be massive overlap between the SKUs that were submitted for the Emerald Cup cartridge category and for the State Fair cartridge category. And what was absolutely astonishing to me was that there was less than 10% overlap for the product and brands that submitted their and went to put their best foot forward. So that was stunning to me. And I think that this is progress, and I'm so excited about it.
I wonder, Yarrow.
Are you going though?
I wonder, Yarrow, if it's because of the fact that the Emerald Cup has been around for so long, so many more people know about it, and so not as many people entered the State Fair because no one really knows about it. It's not an established event, really, and this is just their first year that they're even allowing people to consume, even though we all know it's like, how are you going to stop people from consuming if they want to consume?
I mean, it could be that. I think.
Why doesn't the State Fair just pay for the Emerald Cup and just bring the Emerald Cup into the state?
Well,
they should. They should just contract the Emerald Cup to do that. I agree with that.
Ooh, pick me.
Go ahead, Jenny. Go ahead.
Thank
Go ahead.
you.
Anytime.
It's my turn.
Anytime.
As a former Emerald Cup judge, I think aren't a couple of the Emerald Cup judges, didn't they take this on themselves and kind of maybe bring over some of the things that they were doing at Ganjier and some of the things that were happening at the Emerald Cup and maybe try and copycat just a little bit, but I mean,
you do bring up a point, because the last year the State Fair, they only gave out awards based solely off of test results, and that was it. And so it seems like this year they are trying to develop some type of a program and bring more of the community involved in it. They obviously had a very low turnout last year, I would imagine.
I like the grow off and things like that, where it's like, listen, here, you guys all get the same strain, same cut. Take it, same amount of time, do your freaking best with it. Show us what you can do talent-wise. Because
you get spider mites, and you get spider mites, and you get spider mites.
I mean, let's not give them spider mites, but I mean, maybe that's like having to jump over the turtle shells in Mario Kart.
You want some powder mold?
Are y'all going? Are y'all gonna be going? I know Yarrow is. Yarrow's over here selling the shit out of it.
Yeah, Yarrow's up there though. You know what I'm saying?
Let me find out you did a puff piece for Yarrow.
When you spent a little time in an orange jumpsuit because of the orange hairs on the plant you chose to have in a plastic bag, the normalization of this industry, I'm going to embrace all of it. And to be able to go to the state fair and have the funnel cake and have the wedding cake and have all of those experiences that normalize it, I am both feet in. I am facing forward. I'm excited about that. The country needs this. But my
Bent
kids
over.
too.
Taking
My
it.
kids need it too. They need to be able to see that what Dad did that wasn't allowed, that was a shaming, a banning from the Amish-style community, that now that's become normalized, and like the things that Dad has done are now accepted at the state fair. And so I'm not taking my kids to the consumption lounge, but I want my children, I want my offsprings, I want my legacy to understand that this normalization has taken away that veil of what our parents did.
Yarrow, can you let somebody else? Can you let somebody else get a little 2 cents in this? I understand you're passionate about this and everything, but I want to hear Todd.
Will there be a bearded lady there? That's all I want to know.
That's all you want to know,
There's
Todd?
a bearded lady go, I'm there.
I support
Cannabis isn't going to make me go to a fair. I'm not a fair guy either.
I'm not driving to Sacramento for this unless there's like some
if I lived
real
there,
reason. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was some friends wanted to meet there or something, but
but I do like Christopher Brady's comment. He does say Yarrow is judging the infused suppository competition.
Wow.
The shortest spring win.
Yarrow, can you please explain to us your judging process for that and what notes?
Yes,
Ain't no pulling out of that.
I'm all
Ease
about
of
the plug. You my
insertion.
plugger? You got me?
What's that? What's that, Yarrow?
Earl, are you tall enough to ride the rides at the
I
fair?
think he asked for some
Yeah,
help.
Yarrow. Yeah, no, Yarrow. We have to get him some stilts so then that way he
Rico,
can pass the height
we can wave at Jason
requirement.
and Yarrow while we go around the roller
Right.
coaster. You guys can take our picture.
Oh, that would be good. They'd have good angles from down there.
Like, what, I think me judging like the weed next to like big cows and stuff. Like what is the big draw to state fairs anyways? Is weed?
They used to
are
go
they trying
buy a
to use
pig
weed
and
to
the ladies
revitalize
used to
it?
go
Yeah, it used to be
Figure
like FFA, the Future Farmers of America, and all that, and all the kids would have an animal, and they would grow up the animal, and then they'd sell it, get the money, all of that, win a prize, or a little blue ribbon
I think
and all
the
that.
world's largest pumpkin will be there.
Yeah. I would believe that the world's largest pumpkin. I could see that. All of those different types of things will be there.
And the state's shittiest weed. A what?
Oh man.
Yo, why don't they? That's what they should have. I think we're onto something here. I think we should have like misfit weed and judging like misfit weed and shit.
Well,
like the world.
you know what I think. You know what I think. You know what I think, Rico. I think they need to put. I think they need to get all that bunk boof weed, and they need to just throw it in a hay baler and then make weed bales for people to sit on at the county fair.
And then we can set them on fire like Burning Man in a clinic.
You have like carnies and stuff, like somebody just drinking the shit out of bong water all 17 days.
Well, I heard that gets you high.
That's what
It
would
can be
get me out
recycled.
there.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that bong water thing.
Give me some weirdos.
Right.
Give me some weirdos out there, and that we can gawk at, and I'll make the trip up. Yarrow.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, find out what kind of a freak show it's going to be, Yarrow, and maybe we'll attend.
Jason, should we go live from this?
Similar to what we do here on a daily at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right, well, we're going to keep this train rolling. We're going to roll right on into a commercial, and we're going to be right back.